Ken Royal here in San Diego at ISTE. This is Gavin Dykes. He represents Education Fast Forward. And tell us about Education Fast Forward.
Education Fast Forward was initiated by Promethean and by Cisco to debate key issues in education, but not only to debate them, to take them from that debate into action.
Would you tell us about some of the specifics?
Right. One of the recent debates was on innovation, uncertainty and learning. Some of the research is telling us that uncertainty in learning is a really good way of getting people to pay attention and to take on more learning as a result of what they do. And some of that comes through in the way that people play games to learn. So the serious games that are associated with learning today include that uncertainty and improve learning through it. So we debated that in one of our most recent global debates. The next debate is on 10th of July, and it's a combination of two things. The first is about Peace One Day, which is an initiative to make this a more peaceful world. And the second part of it is about learner voice, and that's where TakingITGlobal is playing their part in gathering together learners, both to debate online and through video streaming the issues associated with learner voice, but also then to apply that to Peace One Day, and I hope move from debate and into action to support some of the efforts of Jeremy Gilly and Peace One Day.
Can you tell us more about Peace One Day? I'm sure there's students involved in this.
Absolutely, the students are critical to the efforts of Peace One Day, and by the way, you can see what Peace One Day have been doing at peaceoneday.org, whole website which is explaining how students are signing up to a global truce to encourage peace across the world. The Peace One Day actually focuses on a particular day in the year, which this year is the 21st of September. And on that particular day, there are a number of projects which are working together, bringing students into making this a more peaceful world in a whole range of different ways. And remember that peace doesn't have to be about global wars. It can be peace in terms of the issues in your local community, the issues that divide local community, issues at school, which might include bullying. Those can all be addressed in this Peace One Day context.
And I'm sure with students involved, you're probably going to get somewhere.
I think it's absolutely, they're our critical audience. As I often feel that if we could just mobilize our students, both in terms of their own learning and in terms of the impact they can have on the wider world, we could make the world an awful lot better place.
Gavin, what about Education Fast Forward? How does that play in this whole scheme of things, this movement, if you will?
The critical thing is there are lots of issues within education which are affecting us in the way that we develop education, and also particularly, I suppose, the way that we develop education with the support of technology. Education Fast Forward is giving a global voice to those discussions. And the global voice, the great thing about that is it brings in opinions from around the world which are clearly coming at different issues from different directions. That creates a great opportunity to debate them. It streams those issues out so anybody can join in through looking at the video streams and then tweeting in with their questions. And the Education Fast Forward is picking that up, giving, as I say, voice to all of that. But also, we're keen in taking Education Fast Forward forward itself. What we don't want to do is just focus on older experts, but we're also bringing in youth voice to that. So it's a combination of those who have many years of expertise, the teaching profession, people like that, together with the students, and the impact that we can have by getting all these stakeholders in education to work together is huge.
Now, I like the idea of the new voices. So if there are new voices out there that want to take part in this, where would they go for Education Fast Forward? What's your URL or website?
If you look up Promethean Planet, and if you do a search for Promethean Planet and Education Fast Forward, you'll find the back catalogue of debates that we've had already, plus how to connect to the forthcoming debates, plus blogs and other information and deeper thinking papers that are associated with Education Fast Forward.
Gavin, there are key contributors to your debate already. Can you tell us about some of those?
Yeah, absolutely. The people who are contributing to this next debate, which is including Learner Voice and the Peace One Day part. On Learner Voice, we have Michael Furdick, who's one of the founders of TakingITGlobal, who will be speaking from Toronto and contributing key issues with regard to student voice. We have students, a student from South Africa, who will be speaking and giving a brief introduction to Learner Voice from his point of view.
Right.
We also have a student who will be speaking from New York, but comes from Sierra Leone. And he has experiences, quite extraordinary experiences in his background, and he will talk about what Learner's Voice means to him. And we have a third student who's beaming in from Dubai and will be contributing there. And then the final main contributor to the debate is Jeremy Gilley, who's the founder of Peace One Day, which is a global initiative. And if you look at all at peaceoneday.org, you'll see the extent of the support that he has. Jeremy's background is an actor and film producer, and he's now turned his energies to Peace One Day. To find out more about Education Fast Forward and the forthcoming debates, as well as the back catalogue of events and information from those, go to Promethean Planet and the website of Promethean Planet and search for Education Fast Forward. All the information's there.